Okay, hello everyone. Just give me a sec. It's only a few people in at the moment. I'm just going to post a message in the group. Okay, how you guys doing? Nice to see you guys. Wilms, nice to see you. It's been a long time. How are you doing? And we got Eamon as well.
Doing well, Edward. How are you?
Yeah, it's been ages. How are you doing? All right?
I'm
What time is
doing
it with
good,
you?
man.
What time
It's
is it?
8 o'clock in the morning over here in the US of A.
Oh yeah. Well, you're up
Yeah,
early on Sundays. Good. Saturdays today, isn't it? Sorry.
yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, well, it's Saturday to me for me as well. But yeah, it should be same time.
Yeah, man.
Same time for everyone. Well,
Awesome.
same day.
Congratulations on all your success, man.
Oh, you too. You know, it's you've always done well. You know, you're always getting yourself out there, and you know,
Thank you.
you do a lot of good stuff. I think that this training is probably going to be a lot very easy for you, to be honest, because I know you've
Yeah.
used LeadsLeap for a long time.
Yes. Yes.
Um, and
Yes, I love the platform.
we got Eamon. He's from Vienna. How are you doing, Eamon?
Oh, wow.
Hi, can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's nice. It's 1 p.m. my time in Vienna. It's
Oh, okay.
nice.
So
So I
you're
saw,
1 hour ahead of London, maybe.
so hi. Oh, you can see me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So is this kind of new stuff for you, or yeah, you're pretty good at this stuff, aren't you?
In LeadsLeap?
Yeah, I mean, well, funnels and stuff.
Yeah, but maybe not that good, not good enough in being like your funnels and LeadsLeap. Yeah, having your LeadsLeap funnels in general. I
Yeah.
would, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, to be honest, I don't know how many people are going to. Oops, hold on a minute. Is anyone waiting? No, no, should be all right. No, I was going to say because I set up this Zoom a little bit differently than I usually do, and I think I usually just let everyone in, you know. And there was I
Oh,
just for some reason I set up a waiting room, which I don't usually do. So I got to keep an eye on making sure there's I haven't forgotten anyone.
shall I switch the video if you like, as you like?
Yeah, no, you know, this is all going to be very relaxed and really cool, you know. So basically, I didn't know really what to expect, and actually, to be honest, I'm about to go to Europe myself. I'm flying out to Europe next week. I'm going to do doing an event in Sweden. Um, so I was really planning to do this after I get back, or maybe possibly during the time I'm in the UK, because it'll be kind of relaxed in the UK. So I'm going to UK after Sweden. Um, but I just thought I'd do it. I thought I would do it tonight. Somebody just keeps buzzing. Oh, there. Oh, okay. Oop. So yeah, I thought about doing it today because I wanted to kind of give people an idea, or kind of give people an opportunity to sort of meet and greet, maybe a little bit, and just to see what kind of stage or what kind of level people are at. Because I know there's typically going to be people who are um,
I'll come back in a minute. Yeah, I'll go. Just come back in a minute.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, people are going to be different levels, you know, some advanced levels, some beginners. So I wanted to sort of see what people needed help with, basically. And so I was thinking about doing something a little bit practical, but I was going to sort of talk about not necessarily specifically lead sleep, well, a little bit towards the end maybe, but more kind of like the, you know, maybe my background with funnels and why funnels have always helped me, and why I think funnels, you know, the whole thing about funnels, why I think they are so important. Obviously not for everybody, and how you could use funnels to sort of leverage up your game, really. So that's what I was going to talk about today. And obviously this will be recorded, as I announced. Hi, Tony. Nice to see you here. There's no need to, no need to talk, or you can be silent. It's up to you. But we're going to be kind of relaxed here, and there's not going to be too many people in. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. But I'm going to just continue doing what I was planning on doing. To be honest, I had no idea how many people were going to be in here today. So I'm just going to continue as if there are, like, I don't know, 10 people or however many people there is eventually going to be. And if you have any questions, let me know. So, yeah, I mean, I was going to introduce myself, but I think everyone knows who I am. But I'm based in Japan, and I've always been kind of technical. So that was my kind of route into this industry. So everyone comes into this industry from different sort of backgrounds, and they come in with different skill sets. So yeah, definitely my skill set is that I do love the kind of the technical side a little bit, but I don't want to say that to sort of scare a lot of people and let people feel that that's kind of overwhelming, thinking that they've got to get into code or anything like that, or they have to use really hard kind of apps or software or whatever. So I know this area sometimes is frowned upon because let's face it, some of us are into the network marketing side, some of us are into the affiliate marketing side. Some people have come in from ClickBanks type products. They've been recommending other they've been doing all kinds of things. But there are sometimes you get into a company like a network marketing company, and then you've got lots of these other leaders who are kind of thinking, oh, you don't need a funnel, you don't need a marketing system, you don't need all these tools. And whilst I sort of respect what they say, I honestly think that marketing funnels can definitely help. And everyone's using funnels. I mean, you look at nowadays, a funnel is definitely a system that replaced a website. Nowadays nobody really has a website as such. It's really, definitely a funnel. We see them all the time. So later on, I'm going to be talking about why I decide why out of all the different platforms out there, out of all the different systems that allow you to create these funnels, why did I choose LeadsLeap? Okay, so I'm going to talk more about LeadsLeap a bit later, but basically I decided to, in simple terms, I decided like LeadsLeap is brilliant. Having tried so many other platforms, LeadsLeap is brilliant because it's duplicatable. And that's why we're here as network marketers. We need to be duplicatable. It's accessible. It allows anyone to use it, really, because you can use it for free. And there are some platforms out there that claim to be free, but they don't always, they don't always have such a sort of a truly a free set of tools that you can use for life. But LeadsLeap, for some people who are not really into this kind of thing and want to just set up an account and might sort of end up using it down the road or whatever, they can look around LeadsLeap. They can use some of the tools. They can get to like it. And the other thing I love about LeadsLeap, which makes it so duplicatable, is that the upline or the leader or whoever can be responsible for creating funnels if there are a lot of people in your team who struggle with that kind of thing. And then you yourself, for example, if you're the leader or the upline or whatever, you can create the funnels and you can create, everything in a kind of a share code or a package, and hand the funnels out to the members of your team in the form of a share code. And so everything is done for them, depending on what company they're involved in, what platform they're using, or what system or what set of tools they're using. That might include, things like training or various income streams or recommended resources or whatever. Everything within the funnel can be sort of packaged up into a set of share codes and handed out to your team. So it's very duplicatable, very sort of easy to use for the whole team. So that's why I love LeadsLeap. And the owner himself, Kenneth, he's very active, and you'll find a lot of updates available at LeadsLeap. But yeah, I'm going to talk more about the LeadsLeap, and this is not the only training we're going to have. Obviously, we're going to be having lots of trainings, you know, pretty much every week. But probably next week it's questionable whether I'm going to be doing a training, because I'll literally this time next week I'll be in Sweden, so it's unlikely that I'll be doing any training next week. But I'm planning to do it on multiple times a week. So I'm doing another one on Monday, which will be Monday Japan time, but I think that will be whatever time it is with you now, but opposite. So if it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it'll be 1 a.m. for Eamon, for example, on Monday. Sorry about that, but then it might sort of allow other people to hop on, whatever. But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about. So for me, you know, I've been in this industry for a long time. You know, I came in this industry. But actually, you know, if you really go back further, I got into network marketing back in the mid to late 1990s. And back then it was pretty hard. You know, all you had was in the way of a tool was obviously the telephone. But then fast forward where, you know, the internet came, and all of a sudden, you know, we could start emailing people. And I got online. I started, you know, my first email address was created in 1996. I created my first Yahoo email address, and my first website was launched in 1999, 1998. I launched a website, and back then there was no page builder system or anything like that. It was 100% code. You had to learn code. And it was really slow, you know, it was all kind of that dial in, and it took ages to load the modem, and you get online and everything was slow. But then, you know, as we got into the year past the year 2000, and you know, even network marketing companies were starting to sort of cotton on to the fact that you could actually create a website that was replicatable, and you know, you could actually have your own URL and link, and you could share out your link, and this was, you know, amazing. So, you know, I started to get really quite creative. I got really into the internet, this whole internet thing. And I was very much into email marketing right back then, right back where in the time where everyone was reading emails. You know, you could send out 100 emails and every single one of them would get read. And back in the time where actually scraping people's emails off the internet randomly was actually kind of acceptable. I kind of laugh. I mean, it sounds really unethical now, and I certainly wouldn't do it now. But back then, people were doing it, and people were not really, you know, they were not upset. You know, and you know, you would word your email in such a way, you know, saying, you know, this is not spam. I'm emailing you because I found your email, and it shows me that you're involved in XYZ company, or you know, you're doing network marketing, blah blah blah, and you know, I would make it kind of personal, but you know, I would scrape a lot of people's emails from the internet, and you know, and I'd form mailing lists and I would email them out. Sounds very unethical, but that's what a lot of people did. And that's what started off with, you know, a certain amount of my success in the early days. But I was very disorganized, and that was the issue. I was very disorganized. I needed a kind of a system. I needed something in place where I could, you know, figure out how to manage my lists that I was creating. And then you know, back then there was no such thing as a funnel. You know, that people didn't have funnel systems in the way that, you know, we understand them now. I mean, if anyone doesn't understand what I'm talking about as a funnel, I know I'm only talking to 4 people here today, but I'm pretty sure all of you know what a funnel is. But I, you know, I can, you know, just stop me anytime you're not understanding or whatever. But I'll just continue anyway. So basically, you know, funnel systems were not invented in those days, and we were just sort of, you know, figuring it all out. We were creating websites, but I would say that landing pages, you know, in the form of a kind of a sales letter, you know, was really coming into kind of fashion. You know, people were sending out these clunky old sales letters in the form of a website, you know, and you read for ages and ages, but people would read them, you know, and you could sell a lot. It was easier to sell back then, sell stuff or get people to take action in whatever it is you're doing. But the reason why I like all these, you know, doing it myself rather than focusing on, you know, trying to get the link from the corporate website of the company that you're promoting, like, you know, if you're in network marketing, is that I saw it as a way to collect those leads rather than giving those leads away to a company. You know, although I was promoting that company, you know, I had no idea what was going to happen down the road. You know, I needed a way to actually, you know, have control of the list. So I needed to be able to control that list. I needed to be able to own that list, or feel like I own it. So, you know, and as I say, I'm not so organized. So, you know, and then I came across marketing systems. I came across mailing systems. I came across autoresponders. You know, in the early days, it was things like GetResponse was very early on. And so I was able to get on board with GetResponse. And that was where I could start managing a whole list. And this was absolute bliss, because, you know, for me, being able to manage a whole list with a platform that could, you know, do it pretty much automatically. People would just opt into a form. You know, this is what we call a lead capture page. You put the name, email address, or in some cases just the email address, click the button, and boom, you've got the lead. All right, they become kind of your lead. And this was really powerful. So that was my introduction to funnels back then. But actually, you know, I came across people like Russell Brunson. If you know who Russell Brunson is, he's the CEO and founder of ClickFunnels. And I had used ClickFunnels for a while, and I don't know if I'm right in saying this. I'm probably not. But I figured that Russell Brunson, I've always felt that Russell Brunson was the one that actually sort of invented funnels. I could be wrong about that, but he was creating funnels right back in the early days when he was selling a kind of a system where he was selling potato guns. He was selling potato guns online, and I learned a lot about what he was doing and his whole process, and what he was, you know, why he thought, you know, this whole process was powerful, because what he was saying with you know, with these, you know, when he was setting up these selling these potato guns, and he had learned from his mentors that the key thing, the important thing to understand is whatever your product, whatever the thing that you're promoting, whatever thing you're selling, you know, you have a price on that thing that you're selling. And you know, the cost of the leads that come through your funnels would be at a certain cost, and you're trying to, you know, you're trying to get above the game. And sometimes, you know, that when the cost of the leads and the cost of the advertising is constantly increasing and gradually going up, you know, you've got to think, how are you going to price your product at a point where you know, it makes sense to go out there and purchase a lot more leads. So, you know, a funnel works well in this case, because what you're doing is you're getting your leads through the funnel. But as they go through the funnel process, you've got other things that you could be offering those leads, not just the actual, you know, potato gun itself in the case of, you know, Russell Brunson. But let me just give you another example. Let's say, for example, you've got okay, a real world example. You got McDonald's. All right. McDonald's has a cost. They try to get you to McDonald's so that you have a meal. All right. You buy a hamburger. They price the hamburger at, say, $2, but they spent $3 to get you to that hamburger joint. Okay. So they are actually in minus. Okay. But they understand that there's a competitive world out there, and they want to get you at the best price. So how do they do it? Well, they then ask you, well, do you want a cola and fries with that? And obviously, you know, most people say, well, yeah, throw that in as well. Absolutely. And that's what they make their money out of. Okay. So it wasn't the hamburger that was actually putting them into profit. They were actually in minus, you know, if that's the only thing that we're going to buy. But then you threw in the cola and the fries, and that's how they made their money. And that's kind of like how the funnel system works, is that, you know, people like to have, you know, multiple streams of income. People like to have extra resources. You know, it's not just the primary business, you know, that you're promoting here. So, for example, if you're in a network marketing company, the reason why I like funnels is because you're not necessarily just promoting that single network marketing company. Even if you're just 100% focused on that one business, you might have other resources in there. Like you might have a multiple streams of income, you know, going on in there. But what I generally like to do is to put stuff in there that actually makes sense as a sort of a package that sort of all marries up together. It's a little bit like going back to Russell Brunson's situation where he was using the he was selling a potato gun in his funnel. That was the main thing. So what he was actually selling the DVD. So he was selling the DVD that shows you how to set up the potato gun. But then, as you go through the funnel, he realized that you need the glue, you need the other stuff, the tools and everything else in order to how to build and assemble the potato gun. So then, what he found out, or what he learned, was why don't I sell that as well as a package? So he's selling the DVD first, but the DVD was cheap. All right, purposely cheap, because it's all a competitive world out there, and you're trying to get people, you're paying for ads, and ads cost money, but you're getting your leads through the funnel. They buy the DVD at a reduced price, at a price that's not actually putting you necessarily into profits at this point. And then, on the inside, they sell you what we call an upsell, and this upsell is, like the extra package, or the other tools that you need. And then a lot of people want to grab that. Once they're in that sort of buying habit or that buying mentality, they're probably going to take advantage of that upsell. So how does it work with network marketing? How does this relate to network marketing? Well, obviously, many of you know that I'm 100% focused on a network marketing company. You know what that company is. I'm not going to mention that, but I think you're all probably, well, most of you, you might be in it or not, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, so let's say I've got a focus. I've got a network marketing business that I'm 100% focused on. It's my one and only business. I live and breathe that company. It doesn't stop you from thinking, right, my fellow marketers are also going to need maybe a training. They're going to need a resource. They're going to need traffic, because it's all very well bringing them into a network marketing company, and then just leave them, and then they have no way of figuring out how to promote that business. So then tools can definitely be added into the funnel, such as LeadsLeap. LeadsLeap is a great platform, and it'll actually make you money, so LeadsLeap can cost money because it's there's a pro membership in there, kind of an upsell, an upgrade, or a recommendation that they should get the extra tools. So that's an option. Some people need traffic and I don't know, a system that allows people to get leads and generate traffic, or paid advertising, or whatever like that. So that's another thing you could put in the funnel. So people realize that they need those extra things, and not necessarily putting the you could arrange the items in the funnel, so it's not necessarily putting the main business at the front of the funnel. You might want to put the main business at the back end of the funnel, and have something that's cheaper and more kind of accessible, realizing that there are a lot of people out there in the network marketing space that probably already have a business that they're focused on. All right. And it's sometimes very difficult to introduce someone to a new business opportunity if they're already focused on something else. So easing them into the funnel with something that they're probably going to want anyway, with a traffic recommendation, or a tool, or a training, or a resource, or something that can help them with the business opportunity, with the current business opportunities that they're in, sort of, allows you to build up that know, like, and trust. All right. And it might be a kind of a way in, that allows them to sort of, likely trust you more. And then as they go through the funnel, and it might take days, it might take weeks. And this is the thing. So if you're sending people directly to a corporate website, and there's a 50-50 chance that they're going to say, no, I'm not interested, then you've lost them. You've lost them for life. All right. That's it. They're gone, or whatever. But here you've got cold leads coming into your funnel. The first thing, most important thing is to give them a kind of a promise on the front end, and follow up with that promise. Maybe, I don't know, like a free download, or maybe something that's cheaper than your network marketing business, or something that's more, more appealing to people initially when they don't even know you, to get access to. So, they'll probably grab that anyway, because they're focused on their other business. And even if they don't join you in your main business, at least they've joined you in something else. Like, they might, I mean, who wouldn't need LeadsLeap if somebody is if somebody is, or 100% focused on a business opportunity, and they end up turning you down with your main business. So a lot of people will likely grab that offer about jumping on board with you with LeadsLeap. All right. So for me, I don't promote LeadsLeap directly as a primary business. I always promote LeadsLeap as a resource, as a recommendation, as a kind of something that I put into my funnel that sort of all marries up together. And that's how I've always done it. So, now I've got so many, over the years, I've got so many referrals with LeadsLeap, and I've got something like 80 pro members that have joined me. So 80 people have upgraded. So that gives me roughly about $1,000 a month just with LeadsLeap alone. So that's a good extra income that I've got in my funnels. All right. So I've been rambling on quite a lot. So for those of you, I was just going to share this, but I think probably you guys know what a funnel is, but let me just share it anyway. Hold on a minute. So give me a thumbs up if you can see this. I think you probably can. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay, good. So anyway, this is a typical funnel. Very simple, really easy. Got the main headline, sub-headline, but there are so many different ways you could have a funnel. This is a lead capture page, but the name, email address. Sometimes you may not even have the name in there. You might just have an email address, click the button, and they go straight onto the next page. And the next page could be, for example, a thank you page or a bridge page. You might have a video presentation, access the offer, step 2, step 3, or whatever other things you got on the next page. A lead capture page could have a video on it, or it could be in this kind of style. And there are so many different ways you could do the lead capture page. But for me personally, I reckon that lead capture pages on the whole should be kind of simple. I know that sometimes, I myself even make them quite graphical at times, and it does give a good impact. And I think that there's a lot to be said for different types of funnels, because I generally do a lot of split testing. All right, I like to test the performance or the interest of different funnels, but a lot of people say that the simpler the funnel, sometimes the easier, or you're going to be able to get leads coming through, and especially from the point of view that you're not giving too much information away, because people like to prejudge things. Nowadays people are so busy, and their attention span is minimal. So if you've got something with a really simple headline and sub-headline, and but something that gives something that's really kind of drawing their attention, the only thing that they want to do is just to put their name and email address in there and just grab whatever it is, or just to see, or just to get that extra info, so they can quickly get onto the next page. And that's really your goal. I see people even in LeadsLeap, in the LeadsLeap platform, that put other things in here, like even links, or other kinds of ads or banners or whatever, that click out and do other things. But this is typically not kind of recommended. The whole purpose of a lead capture page is it has one purpose, one call to action, and that's to get the lead. All right, and you can do anything. Obviously you need to deliver on the promise, so you don't want to lure people in, you don't want to overhype. However, you need to do as much, whatever you can, to get that lead. All right, once you've got that lead, boom, you grabbed them. And then there's so many things you could do on the next page, but sometimes whether you give all the information on the next page or not really depends on you. Sometimes you may not want to give all the information on the next page. Sometimes you might want to persist that they activate the email subscription, because they're going to be on your mailing list, but they probably need to click a link on the first email that comes in that allows them to sort of get verified on your mailing list. All right. So if people get all the information on the next page, they might forget to verify their email address. So I get a lot of people who ask me, I get a lot of leads coming through, but they're not verifying their email address. Well, a way around that is to not give them everything on the next page. All right. Or just give a little bit that you promised them, maybe even a download, maybe even a free lead magnet or whatever, or not. I mean, I'll give you an example. Hold on a minute. Stop sharing, but let me just get to my desktop. Okay. Okay. So here's a typical lead capture page anyway. So I'll go through some of these. You know, a lead capture page comes in all different kinds of styles. You know, this is something without a video, and it only has an email address option, and they click and they go on to the next page. Here's another thing that gives them more of a kind of an enticement. You know, step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. You know, get the email address on there. Boom, right on the next page. But this has a video on there. You know, I do generally try to make sure that I get everything above the fold. All right. What do I mean by that? I mean that they don't have to scroll down too much. So everything's, you know, visible pretty much. I mean, I'm on a laptop, but, you know, some people are on a bigger desktop or whatever. But, you know, sometimes it's just not possible. But there are ways you can do things. You know, that's the next page. But another way you can do it is you can put the video on one side and then you can put the form on the other side, you know, so that it's all above the key thing here. The key thing that you're trying to get them to take action on is all above the fold. In other words, they don't have to scroll down too much to really see what they're expected to do. And if you know, on the whole, if you do have a video page, you don't want to give too much away in the video. So you keep it kind of like reasonably generic, or kind of not telling too much about your company name. All right. It's always generally a good idea if for network marketing, for example, not too much information about the company that you're promoting or whatever, might be a good idea. Here's another one, you know, a little bit high. Hold a minute. You know, this is generally be quite high converting. And there's no video there, but it kind of looks like there's going to be a video on the next page that they can sort of check. All right. You know, so that kind of entices them. It's a nice little graphic there. They reckon that, you know, obviously if they take action here and then click the button, they're going to be able to get on the next page because they're expecting to see a video presentation. Okay. So, and then I obviously need to deliver the promise. And on the next page, lo and behold, there is a video. Here's a kind of a typical, you know, type page that you've probably seen with a sort of countdown timer. It's quite simple, doesn't give too much away, nice generic background. So this, you know, these type of pages have been proven to convert. Another type of page. This is a lead magnet page. I'm not promoting any particular business as such, but I'm giving away free value on the next page so that they can put their name and email address there, and boom, they're on the next page. So this is a kind of a way. This is a very much of a lead magnet page. You know, generate. You know, the whole purpose is to get the lead. Another option. All right, I'm just going to go through these quickly. A few other different types. I made all these in LeadsLeap. So LeadsLeap platform, you know, is pretty flexible, allows you to create pretty decent pages. This page talks about well, actually, this page actually leads people into some training and gets them straight on to what I call my 7-day fast start guide. But that leads them straight onto that. So that gives some value on the next page. Another page with a scarcity, you know, we got the countdown timer, scarcity, you know, lots of kind of like guides, like arrows, do this, you know, people need to be really guided, you know, and there's a lot of bold text and everything, a lot of things standing out, you know, so a lot of these are quite powerful. This is not a video page, but it has a kind of an animation here just to show you the results, what I'm able to achieve, but you can't see what company I'm involved in particularly. But so people are kind of, you know, inspired to sort of want to get onto the next page. But what I was really kind of leading on to I'll go back to those. Was this page actually? Sorry guys, I kind of broke away. But what I wanted to lead on to was this page. This is a bridge. Well, it's not really a bridge page. This is I don't know what you can call it a thank you page. But on this thank you page is an alternative page to kind of a bridge page. Like, you know, with a bridge page, you're bridging them to the next step. You know, so you got you got the lead capture page, and then followed by a redirect page. All right. So if it's like a bridge page, it means something in the middle. All right, and then you're enticing them to get onto the main offer, or getting onto the next step, or something to take action. But sometimes the thing with the bridge page, sometimes if you're giving everything away on the next page, they're going to forget or even just not bother to verify their email address on your mailing list. So this has tended to work well with that. All right. So what this does is it kind of gives off an impression that the thing that they want to get access to is actually locked. Okay, so they can't actually get it just yet. Thank you for signing up. Urgent, please read. And then a little letter, a little email or a message saying that, you know, here are the instructions. You need to verify your email address. I've just sent you an email, you know, check it and blah, 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 you know. So that's something you can do, like give a message on the next page before giving away too much stuff. All right. And then that has tended to allow me to get more active users on my mailing list. All right. So they end up they're more likely to verify their email address. Okay. I can give you these share codes. I mean, they're actually live good share codes, and you know, this whole training is not about live good, but you know, they're templates. All right, so that you can take these away, you can edit them, and then you can use them to your heart's content with using the built-in drag and drop editor within LeadsLeap. Now, moving forward with these trainings, which we're going to do weekly, I'm going to be more practical, and I'm going to share with you guys how to edit, how to set up a page, how, you know, I mean, I've already got videos that teach you how to do this, and you've probably seen those videos. I mean, like this video, for example, it'll actually teach you how to set all this up, basically. So you can have these pages all set up, no problem at all. But yeah, in any case, I mean, I'm going to be more practical in the future trainings of this of these sessions. So, you know, and also you're going to be able to ask questions as well. And I can just cover, you know, whatever aspect I feel that people need help with moving forward. So yeah, I realize I probably rushed through stuff, but if there's anything that you want to, this was actually, this is a bridge page. This was a page that they were going to lead onto, and notice that it has two actions. Okay, it has an action to join my main primary business, and another action to check out the system that helps them to market this business. Okay, so that's why, you know, I like to sort of have a few things that marry up together nicely, that kind of make sense to have multiple things in the funnel, but they sort of all work together. All right. I do think that multiple streams of income is fine. There's no problem with that. But for me personally, I just like to have, you know, a key point as to why I'm adding this thing in there. Why do I have a marketing system in there as well as the main offer? Because, you know, people are going to need a marketing system in order to promote the business that we're offering here. Or what, you know, why would I have the other traffic recommendations or whatever? You know, because people always are going to need traffic, you know, in order to market their business. So, you know, are some of these tools, some of these extra tools are paid? You know, of course. I mean, even LeadsLeap has a paid option. You know, most things that you're offering out there in our industry, you know, the wonderful industry that we're part of, they already have an affiliate program attached to it. And then you can make money out of those other tools as well. So they are income streams in themselves. But rather than just overwhelming a lot of your leads, you know, taking them down a whole rabbit hole and getting a whole lot of stuff that they probably don't need, or, you know, they can't stay focused on, you know, it's, in my opinion, it makes a lot more sense to give something that makes sense to them in their journey, that you want to sort of run with them with. So anyway, I'm going to just close my screen now, and then Hold on a minute. I'm having problems here. LeadsLeap, I'm sorry, Zoom has changed something. I can't even close. Oh, there it is. So does anyone have any questions? I haven't really touched anything about LeadsLeap back office, but you know, I know Rodney came on board reasonably recently to LeadsLeap, didn't you, Rodney? If you've got any issues or anything you want to talk about. Wilms is my expert. He knows that he knows most things about LeadsLeap. Let me just yeah,
Everything,
hi. Yep.
everything I've learned is from your videos, Edward.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Let me just get back to Zoom. We're got too many windows open. Okay. Sorry, was that Rodney?
No, it was Whelms.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You taught me everything I know, Edward.
Yeah, really. No. You've done amazing things. When did we first meet? When did we? It was back, you know, skinny body.
Body days. Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that must have been about 2016.
Yeah.
Were you in my viral team builder system?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that started in 2015.
Yes.
Amazing. That was when I got back into the industry, because I took a lot of time out of the industry, and I mean I got into skinny body care back in 2010 when I was kind of a newbie in some ways, but and then I completely got out of the industry and then came back in 2015, and I at that point, I just thought marketing systems and funnels, capture pages, that's the only way I'm going to work with this. I mean, a little bit. It's kind of relative, because when I got back in, all I wanted, I was just 100% focused on classified ad posting. I was doing like 140 ads per day on things like Backpage. I was doing a whole lot of ads on Craigslist. I was doing like hundreds of safe lists and traffic exchanges, and it was a lot of work, But but the reason why I think, the reason people sometimes ask me, why do you create so many funnels? And actually sometimes I actually get people who are kind of irritated or frustrated because I've brought out another funnel and they think they have to set that up, and I said, you don't have to set it up, you don't even have to do anything, you don't have to, if this is not for you, it's fine. But the reason why I put out so many funnels and I create new funnels and new content is because when I was in 2015, when I got back into the industry, I was on Backpage and I was just bringing in so many cold leads into my funnels. And then I used to notice after a few weeks that my pages were kind of getting old. So I was churning out new funnels, new content, getting these eyeballs onto fresh pages. So I figured I had to figure out how to make my own funnels, as simple as that. And that's how I was able to, create a big list. And I was building a big list quite quickly, quite fast, because I was just putting a lot of time and energy into it. But guys, you guys, you're not going to necessarily need to put in a lot of time into this, because nowadays we have a better system like LeadsLeap that really fast track. There are built-in pages into leads in LeadsLeap. So you're in lead, okay, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on a minute. Let me just share my screen again. So, the back office of LeadsLeap. It looks a little bit overwhelming when you first join LeadsLeap, but you don't need all these tools. And when you go in, so really probably what we're going to be using mostly on these training sessions is probably the page builder, the funnel creator, and just figuring out how to, add a new page, and whether you have a share code or not, it's really easy, because if you have a share code, it's all done for you. But if you don't have a share code, you can still use the built-in templates. You know, you just click here, you give it a name for your, I don't know, test. And then you add a page. If you've got a share code, you put it in there, import. If you've got a blank page, launch the editor, and then you get these templates to work with. And it just loads the template in there. So these are just the built-in templates, but you can quickly change these to how you want. You know, I do sometimes start out from scratch, and then I just sort of piece together a simple page. You know, because it's completely drag and drop. You know, you just place everything wherever you want, line it up, and if you need a little grid here, just to turn the grid on, and then just line it or whatever. It has a kind of a little snap. It can snap, you know, which is nice. And then, you know, if you move everything around, and you've always got, you know, every element that you select from the page, from the visual editor, will become, you know, there's a panel on the right hand side here that comes up, and then you can edit any of the text. Or whatever, you know, so you got full control over everything. You got full control over the buttons, the images. You can replace the images, and you can import your own if you're a pro member. I don't think you can do that in a free membership, but you could probably do it if you had a, you know, hosting elsewhere. Could bring in your own stuff. But I upload a lot of stuff because, you know, I have a lot of elements that I like to use. So I have a lot of stuff available to me that I've added in here. Just, you know, because it's you know, I like to make things look kind of cool. But you've got a lot of good stuff that's built in. All this stuff is all built into LeadsLeap. So some quite good stuff, and you got some backgrounds and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, since you know, I actually joined LeadsLeap probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, maybe. But then I had an account back then, but then I didn't use it. And then I joined about 3 or 4 years ago with a new account, and ended up going under someone else. And then I obviously I started using it, you know, from that, using that new account. And I just love it, you know. And if I compare this to any other platform, you know, I've used Power Lead System, I've used ClickFunnels, I've used Builderall, so many different platforms, but I find that LeadsLeap was just, you know, easier to use, you know. And I'm not thinking just from the point of view of myself. I'm thinking the point of view of how my team will be able to handle a system like this. But I'm also, you know, thinking in terms of, does it have everything I need? You know, like I like to have tracking tools. Well, we have it in here. I like to have you know, a link rotator tool. We have that in here as well. And I like to have a built-in mailing list. You know, we have that as well. I like to have hosting tools, like hosting my PDF and my images. We've got all that. And we've also got a built-in ad network that you can actually advertise your business right within the system. And I also like the fact that it's free, you know, which makes it all inclusive. You know, everyone, no matter what background they have or whatever, you know, situation they're in financially, they can get on board with this, you know, and start using it even as a free member. And if you feel that you don't need to upgrade, that's fine, because you get so much value in here even as a free member. But if you do upgrade, you get more tools. Simple as that. But everything's in here basically. Does anyone have any questions? We'll keep going for just a short amount of more time. We've almost been an hour, so we'll close it in about just under 10 minutes now. But if anyone has any questions, let me know. But you know, obviously this video is recorded, and we have the Facebook group anyway that you can also ask questions. Yeah, hi. Eamon's got his hand up. Do you have a question?
Yeah, will you structure the next live so we will know outlined. You'll do it for beginners from zero, for intermediate, because my interest is how you do your landing capture pages, the way you did it. This is for me personally. It's interesting for me. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So you know you're keen to understand how to do the kind of the actual creation of the landing pages itself.
Yes, like knowing, okay, next meeting with Edward, he will do this and this and this. Okay, I will join or watch the replay. Oh no, yes, this is interesting for me because he's doing exactly what I'm interested in. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
such sites, sorry, building such sites that you showed us.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I mean, the one thing I will say about these sites that I'm creating are I'm using a lot of graphics that I just, you know, have that I already have, you know, on my desktop. Um, and you know, of course, I can give some of those graphics out. I just have to be cautious as to where, yeah, how to do that because there's a lot of stuff. So I mean, I can upload. In fact, I think I've got my I've got a whole graphics pack that I use for on LeadsLeap actually hosted on Google Drive. So you know, I can make that available so people can download some graphics and then they can, you know, drag and drop them around and build their own funnels. But probably the easiest thing is to use my share codes. And then you have that template in there. And I often see, you know, when I'm browsing the various traffic exchanges out there, you know, and then I'm browsing, for example, LeadsLeap itself, I see that there are people who are using, you know, they've created a page, but I saw it was my original page that I created in the first place, which is interesting. You know, it's nice to see what people have done with it. You know, I'm happy that they've you know, they've done some interesting things. They've tweaked it, made it work for them. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, you know, you have full control over, you know, even if you get my share code, they get imported into your account, and then you can just delete stuff, you can edit stuff, you can change it, you can replace a video or whatever. But yeah, I think for today, I wanted to do something like this for today as a sort of an introduction. But obviously, you know, being the first training, I wasn't sure what kind of what the kind of level was and what kind of what people, you know, what kind of needs people had so much. I think somebody's raising a hand. Zoom user has just raised their hand. If you want to unmute yourself, you're welcome to.
Oh, hi. Sorry, this is
Okay.
Christopher.
Oh yeah. Oh hi.
Hi. Yeah, if this has been covered before, then I'm sorry, but I just wanted to find out more about duplication because I've used things like Power Lead system and I found it a bit cranky. For person who is a novice, who doesn't know anything about funnels, how easy is this one to duplicate to my downliners?
Yeah, so there are a few ways that you can duplicate stuff. Like if I've given you a share code and you've received a share code from me, for example, you know, because if you're saying that if you're saying that you yourself is also a newbie, but you want to support your downline, probably the easiest thing for you as the leader is to grab a share code from me, or you know, I've got share codes out there. You know, if you're following me on Facebook, for example, or if you're on YouTube, you know, I'm able to give, you know, I'm giving stuff out there. So you know, get that share code, import the page into your account, and then that page becomes yours. You know, so then you can edit that page in an easy way because it's all drag and drop and a visual editor, you know, that supports, you know, or suits your kind of needs. Let's say, for example, you're in a different business than me. So let's say, for example, I have a share code. It's a Live Good share code. I'm promoting Live Good using this page. All right. But you are not in Live Good, let's say, for example. All right. But you still grab my share code because you just like the general design of the page. And then you import it, and then you use the share code, you import it into your account, you open the visual editor, you change some elements, you change the video to put, you know, for whatever business you're promoting, you know, like a presentation or something. You change the text and then you save it, and then boom, you have what, you know, you have you can grab the share code. All right, do you know how to do that? Let me show you. So if you're in the back office, you're in the page manager. You see the page manager, okay? And let's say you've imported a page. All right, let's say for example this page, okay? And you want to share this page that you've created with your downline, okay? So you just go here. It says code. You see that? It says code, okay? Open that up, and you just grab the code to that page, copy it to clipboard, and then you share that code with your downline, and then they get the exact identical page to whatever page you kind of created. You know, even if you didn't create the page initially, it might have been a page that came in from me, but you saved it into your account, then it becomes your page, and then you changed it slightly, and then you get the new share code for that page from your account, and then you can share it onto your downline. You know, and it could be about a completely different company or a set of opportunities or whatever, and you share that. All right. So hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
But you know,
Clear.
basically everything in here, you know, most of the tools have their own share code system. So the page manager has a share code system, so you can share an individual page. The list manager, where you're sharing a mailing list. So I got a set of follow-up series here. Okay, got 7 email sequence that go out on a one each day, and I can just grab the code and I can share those emails out in one fell swoop. All right, but this is a pro feature. All right, only pro members can get that, but free members can get a page. The other thing you can share are things like pop-up. If you're creating a pop-up form, you know, these are pop-ups. If you've ever visited a page and then you try to exit the page and the pop-up window comes up, I think I might have an example somewhere. No, not on this one, but some of them I think I have an example. A pop-up. You understand what a pop-up is, right? Yeah, there you go. There's a pop-up.
Yeah.
You know, they try and click away from the page, but boom, wait. A second opportunity for them to jump on or whatever. So even you can create pop-ups within your system, and you can share those pop-ups with your team in the form of a share code.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything, you know, a lot of the stuff in here is shareable. Yeah. So yeah, well, it's 10 o'clock now, but yeah. So basically, yeah, I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm going to be talking about. And at the moment, the way I sort of see it is that we're probably going to do like 9 p.m. Japan time, which is like today. So you guys came on today. This is actually 9 p.m. or it was 9 p.m. my time. So we'll do it like this probably every week, probably except next week, and I'm not sure about the week after because I'll be in the UK, but I'll let you guys know. But then we'll have another Zoom on Monday my time, but it'll be Sunday evening for example, not sure. I think Sunday evening for people in the US, but I think it'll be right in the middle of the night, like 1 a.m. for people in Europe. But it might be the same topic. Okay, so the topic might stay the same, roughly the same each week for the 2 sessions, because I'm just trying to sort of support as many people around the world, sort of, you know, in different time zones. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, you know, if I open it up for chat, or, you know, it depends on who comes in, or, you know, what sort of levels they are and what's needed. But yeah, I'll have a general kind of, you know, I'll announce a kind of a general topic, you know, what we're going to be talking about today, so you can decide if you want to come on or not.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions?
Well, one thing I wanted to add, Edward,
Yeah.
a lot of people are not aware within LeadsLeap platform that you can actually make money surfing other people's ads.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's not just a platform where we could just make websites and funnels and things of that nature,
Yeah.
but you could accumulate some cash, a cash flow within the
Yeah.
system itself, which is an added bonus as well. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, but I don't know if people are aware of that, but
Yeah. Actually, there are a few things. There are a few things. You can make money with other ways. You can make money with LeadsLeap as well. You can actually put the you can put the. I don't actually do it so much, but there's the code you can put onto your website if you have a blog or a website, like an external. Do you do that, Wilms?
yeah, every now and again.
Yeah. So you can put the ad. You can put like an ad bar on your pages, and then you can actually make money from clicks. In that way as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are a few things. But yeah, when you become a brand new member, I think you have to surf like 50 ads or something like that in the beginning. Isn't that right? Yeah.
Yeah, you get 50 ads and you make money from those ads.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
surfing other people's ads because they are eventually going to be looking at your ads if you create an ad within the system.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you get eyeballs to your website or lead capture page.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're a free member, obviously you want to, if you want to get eyeballs onto your website, you need to keep clicking people's ads. But if you're a paid member, obviously if you want to advertise to the free section, then you have to continue clicking ads, sure. But you can also use the pro ads as well, and you don't technically have to click other people's ads if you're a pro member using the pro feature. So you'll still get credit, and you'll get leads. Well, not lead. I mean, leads is debatable, but
Credits.
yeah,
Clicks.
you'll get clicks. People viewing your website. Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, it's amazing how it's all like built in. You could just run your whole entire business from one platform, pretty much, and
Right.
from advertising right the way through to running your mailing lists and setting up a funnel, and so many other things. I mean, there's the other thing you can do for advertising is you can actually put your own reviews. So you can actually write reviews about a platform that you like, okay, and you just go and create a review, and you might get some traffic from that. And the other section obviously is if you've built up a team, you may not you may not earn downline, which is the only unfortunate thing about LeadsLeap. It's not, you only earn from your direct referrals, but the good news is that you actually get to post to so that your entire team and even the members in your downline can see that ad that you've posted, and it gets posted to everybody.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So
Well,
anyway,
thanks so much, man. You're providing value that we definitely need. So
well,
this was a great idea.
I hope it was useful.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys coming on. To be honest, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, because I knew it was something that people had, a lot of people have asked for this kind of thing. So yeah, definitely something I wanted to do. But it's also a learning process for me, because when you guys tell me what you want and what you're struggling with, then I get to know what what I need to present, because I think there's not much I don't know about LeadsLeap. I mean, I'm not so focused so much on the on the what do you call it, the PP clicks or whatever it's called. But I'm mostly 100, and I'm very much focused on I do a lot of the I upload a lot of the ads on the ad platform, but I definitely use it. I know the page builder inside out. I know the mailing list system, how it all works and stuff like that. So yeah, ask away, guys. Absolutely, anytime. All right, thanks for coming on board, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. But definitely this time next week there won't be a webinar, but I'll announce that next. Yeah, I'll announce it in the group.
Thank
All
you
right.
again, and be safe and enjoy your holiday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll be great. Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Right. Take
All right.
care.
Have a great
Thank you so
rest of the
Bye,
weekend.
everybody.
All right. Bye then. Good night. Cheers.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.